So we are ready to complete the My Homework page for Chapter 3, Lesson 4, Hands-on, Subtract with Regrouping. This first page, page 157, is just an explanation of the concept. So we're going to read through it, but there's really no problem for you to do. That's going to be on the next page, on page 158. But let's just read through this to remind ourselves of the concept. Mr. Schuyler made 432 birdhouses for the craft fair. Of those, 315 were sold. How many birdhouses are left? It says find 432 minus 315. First, they did an estimate just to see what a reasonable answer would be. And it looks like they rounded to the nearest 10. So they took 432 and rounded it to 430. And 315 rounds up to 320 to the nearest 10. And 430 minus 320 equals 110. So our answer should be close to 110. That gives us an idea of what is reasonable. All right, so let's look at step 1. It says model 432. So that's what they did over here for you. Just like we would with place value blocks, like we will in the next, on the next page. We'll actually use real place value blocks to model. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 hundreds, and then I see 1, 2, 3 tens, although they're about to do something with some of those tens, and then there should be 2 ones. But what they're showing you here is how to, in step 2, subtract the ones. We have to regroup 1 10 as 10 ones. So that's what they're doing to this 10. They put a circle around it and then they drew an arrow over here and showed how they took 1 tens rod and broke it up into 10 ones and put them over here. So now you can subtract because you went from only having 2 ones to having 12 ones now. So now 12 ones minus 5 ones equals 7 ones. And see how they X'd out the 5 ones they're taking away. And then you're left with 7. Then it says subtract the tens and the hundreds. So 2 tens minus 1 10, they just X'd out one of the tens, equals 110, which is what you have left. And then 4 hundreds minus 3 hundreds equals 100. And it's the same thing. They just crossed out 3 hundreds. And look, you're left with 100. So Mr. Schuyler has 117 birdhouses left. Now we're going to use addition to check our subtraction. See, this was our subtraction problem. So we put the difference that we found at the top of the addition problem, and then we add what we were taking away over here to see if we get our original number. So 117 plus 315 equals 432, which is correct because we're going to add 7 plus 5 is 12. And you regroup that 110 over here. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And 1 plus 3 is 4. So 432, that is correct. So we just checked our work. Now let's turn to page 158. And we are ready to practice for this homework assignment. It says use models to subtract and draw the difference. So our very first one is 552 minus 361. Well, I am going to use my base 10 blocks. Okay, I have them right here. And I'm going to use this space right here to set out 552. Okay, so let's see. How can I put them here so you can see how many there are? Because my screen gets a little bit small. Okay, there are 500s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 550. And then we need, oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to bump the camera so badly. And 2 ones, okay? Now we need to subtract 361. So do the ones first. We need to take 1 away from 552. So, we do have enough ones to do this problem. So we're just going to take 1 away. And now we need to subtract 6 tens. Well, how many tens do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we only have 5. So we have to take one of these 100 squares, okay, flat, we call them flats, and we have to regroup it into 10 tens, and that's what I'm getting right now. Okay, so here I have 10 tens, so I'm going to take this 100 flat and trade it out for these 10 tens. And now, instead of 5 tens, we have 15 tens. So now we can take that 6 tens away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I took 6 of the tens of the 15 tens that we had and took that away. And then our last job is to subtract the hundreds. So there's 3 hundreds. So we need to take away 1, 2, 3 hundreds. Okay, 3 hundreds. And let's see what we're left with. I have 100 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 91. 191 is what we are left with. 191. And we also need to draw it. So one big flat, 9 tens rods, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then there's 1 1 left. So we're going to draw the 1 1. And that should be your answer. Yes, that is correct. I just did the math in my head, and you don't have to do this part, but see, Mrs. Siskar does this all the time. You check your subtraction with addition. So I'm going to take the answer to our problem and add it to what we took away, just to make sure that we get 552. Yep, it checks out. That's right. Okay, great. All right, let's move on to the next problem. And it is 636 minus 324. So I need 6 hundredths. So just like I did before, I'm going to do this. Okay. I'm going to kind of lay them against each other so I can fit more in the screen. And 33 tens and 6 ones. 2, 4, 6. There we go. Okay, but I have to scoot them over here so you can see. Okay, and there's 6 ones. So 636. And we need to subtract 324. Well, let's start with the ones. We have to take 4 ones away. Well, let's see if we have enough ones. Yes, we do have enough ones to take 4 away because we have 6 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Take away 4 ones and you're left with 2 ones. Now let's go to the tens column, and we need to take away 2 tens. Do we have enough tens to take 2 away? Why, yes, we do. We have 3 ones, so let's take away 2 tens, or we have 3 tens. So we can take away 1, 2, and we're left with 1. And then we need to take away 3 hundredths. So 1, 2, 3. 3 hundredths, take those away. And what are we left with? All right, I see 1, 2, 312. That's 110 and 2 ones. So 312. Make sure you draw it. And, oh, there's 2 ones, right? Okay, and over here, I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to double check my math because Mrs. Siskar does that all the time, just to make sure I'm telling you right. And 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. That's our original number. So our subtraction was right because we did the inverse operation of addition to make sure our math was right. All right, let's look at the next problem. We're going to use models to subtract and draw the difference. And then we're going to use addition to check. Now on these, you do have to use the addition to check because that's the directions. All right, so I'm going to build 486. 400, so there's 400s. Okay, and I need 8 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 6. 2, 4, 6. I'm going to put them so you can see it, hopefully, on the video. There we go. All right, now we need to subtract 318. All right, so we need to take 8 ones away. Start with the ones. Well, we only have 6 ones in this column, so what we need to do is take one of these 10 rods, and we're going to regroup it as 10 ones. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so this we just traded this out for these. We're not adding anything new into the problem. We're just renaming this 110 as 10 ones. So we add that over here, and instead of 6 ones, we now have 16 ones. So taking 8 away from 16 is something we can do. So 16 minus 8, so let's take 8 of these ones away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, and I'm going to scoot these over so we can really see what's left. And they're kind of bunched up on me there. All right, so I just took 8. I'm just double checking to make sure. Yep, 8 ones. I'm taking those away because that's subtraction. We're taking it away. All right, now we're ready to do our 10s. We need to take 1 10 away. So that's this one. We're going to just take it away. And then we need to take 3 hundreds away. So that's 1, 2, 3. All right, so what are we left with? I see 100. And I have 6 10s. And how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let me just double check and make sure. Oh, somehow okay, I got too many over there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is what we are left with. Okay, we had 16, we regrouped a 10 and got 16 ones, and we took 8 away, and that left us with 8 ones. All right, so 168 is our answer. 168. So 486 minus 318